So we're still aligning our business growth and strategy, and we are looking at key insights for sustainable value creation. Welcome to part 4. We're going to take a deep dive and look at the story of BlackBerry. So first and foremost, let's look at the rise of BlackBerry. I don't know how many of us had one of these phones. I had one. I was a latecomer to the party, but I had one of these phones, and it was really a good phone. What made BlackBerry successful? First and foremost, that BlackBerry was the first phone. BlackBerry's first phone was launched in 1999, and it was a huge success. It was considered to be a status symbol, and I remember that I had a friend, her boyfriend. Yeah, I remember they went to the airport, and the security prevented them from going in. And all this gentleman did was flash his BlackBerry phone, and the security allowed him to go in because they thought he was very important. The phone back then was really considered to be a status symbol. 3 billion dollars in revenue and 163 million net income. BlackBerry had 50% of the US market and 20% of the global market. So it was really a huge success. And BlackBerry was smiling going to the bank. It was also the first company to include a push email on phones, because I remember back then BlackBerry, we could use our email, and it also had that QWERTY keyboard. By 2013, 85 million users across the globe had a BlackBerry. That's massive. BlackBerry was a state of the art in security features, and it was the first ever QWERTY keyboard layout on a phone. So I mean, BlackBerry was just a super fantastic phone to use. And then of course we all remember the BlackBerry Messenger. It was exclusive and it was a popular messenger. So these are all the things that helped make BlackBerry a huge success. Now let's look at the fall of BlackBerry. What went wrong and why did they fail? Now, one of the huge challenges that BlackBerry had was that it was slow to innovate. So after their huge success, they just stayed there. They didn't think of something new or innovative like Apple with the iPhone. And I remember that one of the things that kicked the Messenger out was the introduction of WhatsApp. They also were slow to react to the market. They didn't quickly adopt the touch screen. So, I mean, those of us that had a BlackBerry, remember that we had to like press those QWERTY buttons. Sometimes it was not really easy to use. And when the touch screen came out, of course, I mean, it became much easier to use a phone to type. Another thing was that they had a wrong focus. Enterprise focus instead of consumer focus. Business focus instead of entertainment focus. Now, Apple and Samsung, they realized that it should be a user thing. How do we make a product that is easier for the user? How do we, meet the needs of the consumer rather than looking at it from the business angle? So they didn't understand the market and they didn't understand the consumer needs. They refused to innovate, adapt, and change. And that was why BlackBerry, lost out at the end of the day. Today, BlackBerry is literally non-existent. That brings us to the end of our discussion of BlackBerry. In the next video, we're going to look at Nokia's story.